Hi everyone, it's Holly and I'm here with a book haul. I did go a little overboard, for me at least for this year, with this, and I did place an order with Book Outlet, which is my first in a really long time. I'm very proud of myself. On Black Friday, and it's not here yet, which is fine. It took a long time last year too, so it hasn't even shipped yet, but that's fine with me. I will just the next haul you'll see will probably be like my birthday Christmas haul after Christmas, and then probably not another one until January. I'm gonna buy, I think, one book that comes out at the end of the month, so I'll just put that in and do Book Outlet and everything together, I guess. But here are the books I bought this month. So I got a few new releases, or newer releases, I guess I should say, that I had ordered. So I got November 9 by Colleen Hoover, which I've not read yet. I do this all the time with Colleen Hoover books where I'm like, I need to own them, but then I'm like, I'm so scared to read them because I'm like paranoid that she's gonna break my heart. And I do typically get really addicted to her books and I read them super fast. So I really can't read them during the week because I will stay up all night reading it. So I just need to read it on a weekend sometime. I will do it probably soon. I would like to read it this month, but this is her latest book. I know I've like heard the synopsis. I don't know. It's Colleen Hoover. I don't really care. Two historical romances, but two of my faves. Got a newer favorite, Lorraine Heath. This is Falling into Bed with a Duke, which is her latest book, and it's the first book in her Hellions of Havisham series. And this is kind of takes place in like a larger world she's been writing about for a while. And this follows Minerva. Is kind of getting older and she hasn't settled down with anybody, so she goes to this like secret club to sleep with a random guy, just, you know, to do it. And funny, and she ends up meeting up with this guy named Ash, and he's a duke, and he's one of the Hellions of Havisham, like about them falling in love and all of that. It's a very cute story. I love this world. I love Minerva and her family and her friends. This was a very cute romance. I already read it. And then I got Cold Hearted Rake by Lisa Kleypas, which, oh, she's returned to historicals. So excited about this. Lisa Kleypas is definitely one of my favorite authors, especially her historical romance. I'm actually not the biggest fan of a lot of her contemporaries, and it's just been so long since she wrote a historical, and I'm so glad she came back. I have not read this yet. I don't even know what it's about. Don't think I ever read the synopsis. I was just like, Lisa Kleypas is writing another historical, I'll buy it. And then another newer release that I actually just got this a couple days ago is Oblivion by Jennifer L Armentrout. This, I think, is just Obsidian, the first book in a Lux series told from Damon's perspective. I've said this before a lot recently. I'm just a big fan of this kind of story. Like, I know a lot of people don't like them, but I love them. And I like Damon. I like him when we get his POV later in the series, so I'm sure I'll like this. And I actually don't particularly like this cover, but whatever, all the covers are corny, so it's fine. But I like, it actually has like the feel of like my Obsidian and Onyx and Opal and Origin. I don't think Opposition has this feel though. It's like kind of like buttery smooth, and I don't know, but I like that like they kept the texture the same. It shows your finger oils like really bad, which bothers me, but that's fine. Honestly, I may pick up this book next when I finish the book I'm reading because, I don't know, I just want to get back in this world, but I'm so afraid it's going to make me want to reread the whole series, and I can't just pick up Obsidian. Like, if I pick up Obsidian, I'm just going to, like, cruise through the whole series, and I have too many books to read. I don't need to be spending my time rereading a 5-book series. And when I had bought the 2 romance novels, I actually bought Harder by Robin York. I bought the first book in this series, Deeper, as an ebook, and I do want to get it in physical copy so I can have the duology together. But the ebook of this one was $10, and this was $10 online too, so I was like, I'll just buy the physical book, obviously. $9.99 for an ebook is a little pricey. This is a great new adult series, duology. It's amazing. I love it. I talked about it in my wrap-ups that were up last week. It's like one of the best new adults that I've read. I think it's amazing. I think Easy is still probably like the number one one for me, but this is really, really good. I like it. It's definitely angsty and deals with some darker things, but it's great. And then one day I was just out shopping. I think I was just doing like Christmas shopping and stuff, so I was at the mall and I stopped in Barnes & Noble, and Lord knows I can't go to Barnes & Noble apparently without buying anything. Although they had like this whole coloring book table, which is not unusual. There's coloring books everywhere now. They had an Outlander coloring book, which I thought was the weirdest thing ever. I thought about buying it, even though I'm not I'm not like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over Outlander, but like thought about buying it just for the novelty, but I didn't. So I actually wasn't going to buy anything, and then I saw something that's not a book, but I'm gonna show you anyways. It's this little thing. So it's actually a tea infuser. They had a couple other ones. I think they had an otter one. I don't remember what the other ones were. But this is a manatee. He's so cute. I drink tea, but I don't really drink loose leaf tea. So I'll probably never use this as a tea infuser. But it like hangs on your mug, and I have it hanging on one of my mugs in my like kitchen. I have a studio, so kitchen is, you know, quotes are necessary. Isn't he so cute? I love manatees. I don't know if I've ever said that on here, but manatees are my favorite animals. And it was called a manatee infuser. Haha. So of course, since I was going to buy this, I was like, well, I should buy other stuff, because it's what you do. So this is actually a book I had thought about getting several times. I've actually picked it up before and put it back. But whatever, I was feeling the urge. I was in Barnes & Noble. They like pump something in the air or something that makes you want to buy stuff. So I picked up Simply Irresistible by Jill Shelvis. I know people rave about her. This whole series is supposed to be amazing. I have definitely considered reading it several times. I'm sure I will like it. And it clearly takes place in the winter. Well, maybe you can't tell, but like they're in winter clothes and there's snow. So I'm going to try and read this month because I feel like it will be a good wintry read, if not Christmassy read. I actually don't know what this is about. I just know, I think it's a small town contemporary romance, and I'm a pretty big fan of those, so you know. And then I bought this beautiful copy of The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and this is the same like edition that I bought my like Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass in earlier this year, so they kind of match. And these are like special Barnes & Noble editions. I just think it's so beautiful. I'm always on the lookout for a beautiful copy of The Secret Garden. It is my favorite book, and I've been meaning to reread it. I really need to do that. Probably next year, I think. It has some illustrations in it. It's beautiful, and it has like the gold pages, or like the gold edging and stuff. I think it's beautiful. It could be like a display book and a fun reading time book. Oh, I love it. And then the last two books I bought were definitely impulse-y purchases, even though I thought about buying both of them several times. My brother asked for some books for Christmas, and I usually buy him books. He reads and I read, and so we usually end up buying each other the books on our Christmas lists. And the first place I check for him always is thrift books. And he does for me too, which is where you can buy used books for really cheap. Actually, of the 3 books I got him, only 1 was on thrift books, although I just got it and opened it, and it's autographed. How cool is that? But anyways, thrift books, if you spend $10 or more, you get free shipping, and I was like, well, books are cheap here. Might as well see if there's anything I would want to get the free shipping. So I actually ended up getting Die For Me by Amy Plum. I don't know a lot about this series, but when I first started getting back into young adult, I had definitely like heard about it, and so I don't know if people really like it or don't like it, but I think it looks interesting. I think it's about like ghouls or something. It has been a long time since I looked it up, but it's like a paranormal YA trilogy, and I figured for a couple dollars getting the first book in the series to see if I liked it was not that big of a deal, and I think the covers are really pretty, so hopefully I'll like it and can get the other ones. And then I finally did it. I bought A Bollywood Affair by Sonali Dev, which is like one of the most beautiful covers ever, is it not? I think henna is so beautiful. Sonali Dev is the reason I read Harder and Deeper by Robin York, and I had heard about her for a long time on like the DBSA podcast, and this is like one of the books that the 2 hosts on there actually agree on liking, which is very unusual for them. And Just hearing her talk, she just seems like such a genuine person, and I've talked about this before. A lot of times hearing authors talk about themselves and just like the way they represent themselves makes me want to read their books even more. So I got this. I think it's going to be like a cute contemporary romance. It's obviously multicultural. I think there's food involved, which I'm a big fan of, like cooking and stuff. And I think it's supposed to be like a slightly sweeter romance. I'm not sure if it's sexual or anything, or if it's supposed to be kind of like Bollywood where it's much cleaner, but I'm very, very excited to read it. And I mean, this copy is like beautiful. It looks barely touched. So those are the books that I got, and like I said, I don't really plan on buying anything else before Christmas because you know it's Christmas, and mostly I asked for books for my birthday and Christmas. So thank you so much for watching. If you read any of these and have anything you want to tell me about them that's non-spoilery, feel free to do so. If you want a review on any of them, let me know and I'll try and do that when I read them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!